I think we're all getting jerked around. Hey everyone, Aaron here with some fresh new gig logs plus a review of the brand new Bose L1 Pro 32 with the subtube. But first, I've noticed a real influx in classic rock music at these weddings. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like it might be making a comeback. The last couple weddings I've done for some young people, they've thrown Queen and, AC/DC and The Outfield, Your Love, and those were all bangers at my weddings this last weekend. And, I had requests for Genesis the other day, like Genesis. Okay, I don't know. I just was wondering if that's something that is going around the country or if it's just stuck to my area. I'm in Minnesota, the Midwest area. Or are young people out there really discovering this great music? What I'll do is I'll do a classic rock set. Maybe I'll play some Queen and then, The Outfield, Your Love, and then end the classic rock set with Shook Me All Night Long. And then I'll go right into It's Tricky, which is the same BPM, and then that leads me into like maybe a 90s set I can do after that. So that's kind of a set that I've done that seems to work, but tell me in the comments, what's something that you guys are doing, especially building around that Shook Me All Night Long song, which always kills. I had a friend message me and asked, hey, do you ever charge extra for harder load-ins? And, I said, no, I haven't done that before, but I've shown up to places, and as I'm pushing all my stuff in a tiny little elevator from the fourth time, I'm thinking to myself, I should charge $500 for this bullshit. I don't know, would I ever refuse if a couple told me that they rented a venue, and I knew in my head, shitty load-in and horrible acoustics? Would I turn them down? I don't know. I think at this point, I'm too new to, be picky and choosy like that. But I know, like, the whole time as I'm driving over there, I'm gonna be bitching to myself the whole time, like, I can't believe I'm playing this venue. I should charge them double. Will you, tell the couple, like, hey, just so you know, the load-in for this place is terrible. I feel like the couple probably doesn't give a shit about that. They don't care about... It's like if the caterers were like, oh, you want chicken? You know how long and how hard it is to cook chicken? And how many people are gonna be at this wedding? 150? I gotta cook 150 pieces of chicken? I think your couples are gonna be like, oh man, maybe you should not do this job anymore. You're complaining about cooking chicken. All right, let's talk about this Bose L1 Pro 32. Not many of you probably know this, but my first DJ system was the Bose L1 Model 2 with the B2 bass. That's what I used for my first year and a half as a DJ, and oh my god, that system was just amazing. It's set up so fast and I could get great coverage in a room. And then I switched over to the EV30Ms mostly because I started interacting with other DJs and getting into groups, and I saw that there were other speakers out there and they looked cool, and I was like, everyone's talking about these EVs. I did make a video, you can watch that here. I can never remember which fucking hand to use. You can watch that either here or here. I have some different opinions about the EV30M, and I'm actually gonna make a video where I'm gonna go back and go over all the products that I've reviewed so far on my channel and give some updated thoughts. Here's why I got the 32 Pro. One of the things I missed the most about my Bose system is that 180 degree dispersion. Oh my goodness. No other line array that I know of does that. And I don't know if Bose has a patent on that where no one else can do it. There are some line arrays that they'll say they'll give you like 130, but nobody does the full 180. And it's because they have their speakers literally turned at a diagonal. And there's 32 of them that go from 7 feet up all the way down to the bottom. I had a wedding on Friday and I had a wedding on Saturday. The wedding on Friday was about 50 people. I was in a smaller room, and as I was setting this up, I was so glad I had this system with me. It just set up in 60 seconds, and I was just getting great sound, great coverage in the whole room. It was perfect for that room. But then I knew on Saturday, I got 150 and the room was long, 200 feet. I was set on one side. The couple was all the way on the other side of the room where we had the ceremony, and that's where the head table was. So I knew I got to get a good throw from all the way back here, all the way down to that end of the room. How is this speaker going to do?
At this time, Ben and Hannah asked that you join them.
Throughout the night, I was constantly making adjustments. I'm walking around the room, listening to it, making sure I wasn't killing the people in the front, but getting the music all the way to the back. What's interesting is as I would walk to where the couple was, which was on the opposite end of me, it would take a second. I'm like, oh, I can't hear it. And then it would get there. And I'm like, oh, wow, it's here. And it's comfortable. It isn't killing people. Because during dinner, people want to talk. They want to hang out. That is what Bose promises. And I'll tell you that delivered. Where I'm skeptical still is one system, which is the one I have right here, is one good enough for the majority of the weddings that you do. They're telling me it is. I was telling my wife, she was asking me how the speakers go, and I you know, my first impressions and my thoughts, and I'm just gonna say these out loud to you guys. I think we're all getting jerked around. Here's what I mean. We got all these line array speakers out there. You know, we got the Bose, you got the RCFs, we got EVs, we got JBL just put out the PRX1. There's some other ones out there too. Yamaha, Mackie, Maui makes them as well. And I've listened to them, I've seen them, I've played with them, I've owned a good chunk of them. I think at the end of the day, it comes down to this. Am I happy? Do I like the way it sounds? Because do 150 drunk people really give a shit about how your sound is? I don't think so. I mean, as long as you are providing good sound. I think shitty sound is one thing. But but guys, look, we're spending almost $2,000 on these things. They sound great. Are you brand loyal? Then stick with your brand. It's all good, and we don't have to fight with each other about it. I don't feel super brand loyal. I like having these different systems that I have access to. I like having the 30Ms. I like having the RCFs. And I like having the Bose. I like having these different kind of systems that I can turn to based on what kind of event I'm doing. But is there one line array speaker that rules them all? I don't think so. I think it's all subjective. I think it's how we feel. I think it's walking around the room and feeling good. I think it's at the end of the night, packing that thing up in less than a minute going, oh my God, I'm done. Or how light it is, just picking it up and throwing it in my bags and just loading my car. I have less stuff in my car. Loading is quicker. These are all advantages I think that you're paying for when you get the Bose L1. Does it sound better than the 50Ms? I don't know. I think if I had a 50M person with me and I played the two of them, they would sit there and be like, this 50M is way better. The bass is way punchier. And I could sit there and be like, I think the bass is punchier on the Bose 32. And then, you know, we'd fight to the death.
You have the ring. And I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
I still don't have a verdict yet. I'm going to run these one more weekend. This weekend I'm going to run them, and then I will let you guys know exactly how I feel. I still have the boxes. I'm not confident enough to break down the boxes. I still have the receipt. If this thing doesn't really crush my big wedding again on Saturday, then I might take it back. Will I get something else? I don't think so. I think I'll just go back to rocking the J8s because those things have done awesome this wedding season. The only problem I have had with my RCFs is that they have been too loud for some of those bullshit venues that I've worked at. All right, let's wrap up the video with some dance footage. Thanks everybody for watching. If you like this and you like me, then you know what to do and just do that shit.